Hey guys, I have had quite a few people ask me how I do an essential oil basics class. So I invited some of my friends to come over and sit around my kitchen table to participate in a demo class for you to watch. I included the top 10 oils that I feel like every single home should have, and I answered a lot of the basic questions I've heard over the last few years of doing essential oil education. My goal for this video is for you to see how easy it truly is to do essential oil education from the comfort of your own home. Thank you for coming to my house today so we could learn about essential oils. And I am so glad that I get to share what I've learned over the past few years with you guys. As we are going through our class tonight, feel free to ask questions. I'm so glad that you guys are comfortable bringing your babies. I love being able to do these classes for all sorts of people in all sorts of situations in their lives. And I love being able to help people learn about how to use essential oils safely and effectively for their health. So you guys all have your handout in front of you. This is what we're going to go through in the next 30 minutes or so. If you have questions while we are going through this handout, feel free to ask them. But we're going to go ahead and get started, and during our class I'm going to cover the top 10 oils I feel like every single home should have, and I'll give you some pointers as far as how to use them and what those oils can address specifically. And then at the end, of course, or after the class is over, you can definitely just ask any other questions that come up maybe later on. You're welcome to message me or text me or whatever is easiest for you. Okay. So we're going to start out here on this side where it says, what are essential oils? Essential oils are compounds that are found in the seed, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of the plant. They are highly concentrated when distilled for purity, potency, and efficacy. They can be used for a wide range of emotional and physical wellness applications.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So, some stores sell oils. Why can't I just buy those? Like, what's the difference?
Okay, so that's a great question. Thank you for asking. So there are different qualities of essential oils that are on the market today. And when you purchase essential oils online or in health food stores, you might not be getting the same quality as you might be getting from a company that goes through testing and other kinds of steps to ensure quality. So that's a great question. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to actually talk about that, why I love doTERRA essential oils and why I use them in our home with my family. They have the certified pure therapeutic grade standard. So in the market today, like I just said, you can buy essential oils all over the place, and you want to make sure that the oils you're buying are safe to use with your family, which means that they need to be tested to make sure that they are not going to cause any kind of discomfort when you're using them appropriately. The certified pure therapeutic grade trademark means that they are sourced from a global, it's right here on your page, sourced from a global network of growers to ensure the most pure and efficacious essential oils. They are rigorously tested for purity and potency. They are free from fillers and artificial ingredients, and they are free of harmful contaminants. I've actually heard 2 stories just in the last week about people developing rashes and hives from using an essential oil they bought at the store thinking that it was pure, and then when they simply diffused it, this person broke out in hives. Another person told me that when they used their essential oil in their laundry, it was leaving stains on their clothes, which has never happened to me. And I asked her what kind of oils they were using, and they were oils she had bought at the health food store thinking they were pure, but then they were leaving stains on their clothes, which to me says that there was something else in that bottle besides the essential oil.
Are these oils safe for our kids?
That's a great question. So I love that doTERRA's oils have been tested to be sure that they are safe to use with children. We're going to get into that a little bit more as we go through the class, but in general, yes, these can be used with anyone from babies and up. And the key is using the appropriate amount for the age of the person. So tiny babies, obviously you don't need to use very much. And for older people, you might want to use a little bit more. But for everyone, they have been tested to make sure that they are pure and safe to be used in the ways that we're going to address during our class. Okay, so what that means is that they can provide health-conscious individuals with a safe and natural alternative. They have few, if any, undesirable side effects when used as directed. So that's kind of key. You got to use them appropriately, like we would use anything, right? And 1 drop is all that is needed to achieve a powerful benefit. Because they are so concentrated, you don't have to use a whole lot to have a therapeutic benefit. Everybody's body is slightly different. Everyone's body chemistry is going to react slightly differently to an essential oil. So you want to be sure just to start with a small amount and then gradually increase how much you're using till you find the therapeutic range that is perfect for your body.
So are these oils FDA approved?
Great question. You guys have great questions. So essential oils are in the category as supplements. So that includes vitamins, protein powder, and a lot of other health alternatives. And essential oils fall into that same category. So the FDA does not approve any of those kinds of products. So essential oils are not FDA regulated. They are not FDA approved. And because of that, companies can put whatever they want to put inside that bottle of essential oils, and they can also put whatever they want to put on the label. The same is true for vitamins, and makers of vitamins and supplements can put whatever they want on the label and whatever they want in the bottle. And there's been multiple studies done on different brands showing that some companies do not put the best ingredients in their supplements, and some companies do not put the best things inside their essential oil bottles. So we have to be sure to do our due diligence to find the company that is going to go take the necessary steps to provide a quality product for us. Thank you for asking that question. I get that question all the time. One thing I love about how doTERRA sources their oils is their co-impact sourcing philosophy. And this is one of the reasons why I won't buy from any other companies, because this takes a lot of intentionality on the part of the company. What doTERRA does is they go around the world to find where those plants that the oils come from are growing the very best. They find the growers and the farmers that know those plants, and sometimes those farmers and growers have been harvesting and planting and cultivating those plants for generations, so they know these plants really well. doTERRA partners with these growers. They don't try to buy farms and take that job and those resources away from those communities. They actually invest in those communities and raise up those whole communities out of poverty. They're able to build schools and provide education. They're able to provide medical resources for the people in those communities, because these communities are providing such an amazing source of plant material for us and for our wellness. So it talks about that here at the bottom, co-impact sourcing. They cultivate partnerships with artisans, small-scale growers, and distilleries. They organize growers into cooperatives, which create jobs and improves income. They establish stable pricing with a trustworthy long-term buyer. This empowers growers, families, and communities in impoverished nations. Most essential oils in the world come from third world countries, and most of these people have no other source of income besides these oils and these plants that they're growing. So doTERRA comes in, they pay them a fair wage, and they partner with these communities for decades and decades. So this is not just affecting these growers, they're affecting their kids and their kids for generations and generations to come, which is so incredible. Many essential oil companies buy from brokers who pay very, very little for the plants and then mark up those products to sell to other companies, which then mark them up a little bit more and then sell them to the consumer. So doTERRA doesn't use brokers, they don't use middlemen. They buy and partner with these growers that are directly connected to those farms. So I love that they do that, and I love that I'm supporting families on the other side of the globe every time I use essential oils in my home.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
So you give them these classes, and I see these kits on here. So this looks like it's a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
Different.
Pyramid scheme. Okay, so actually pyramid schemes are illegal in the United States.
Yes.
So this is definitely not a pyramid scheme. This is called a multi-level marketing company or network marketing company. And this is a very common business model, actually. There are lots of network marketing companies and MLMs that exist.
It's not a pyramid scheme. They're not the same.
No, I know. There's a lot of confusion out there, which I'm so glad you brought this up, because people have this misunderstanding. So I'm really glad we had to clear this up right here, right now at our class. So a multi-level marketing company is not the same as a pyramid scheme, because a pyramid scheme, there's no products involved. Multi-level marketing company means that you sell a product and there's commission earned when you sell a product. So there's a lot of sales jobs out there where you sell a product and commission is earned. I can think of a few, like real estate agents, insurance, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of jobs out there where you sell a product and you earn. I worked at a bridal store where every time I sold a wedding dress, I earned commission. And guess what? The bridal store also earned a profit off of that wedding dress. Okay? There's a lot of sales jobs out there. So this is a business model that helps people receive a quality product. But the reason why the owners of doTERRA chose to put doTERRA in a multi-level marketing business model is because they wanted to be sure that the people buying essential oils would get the support and education that they needed to use the essential oils in the very best ways. When you go to a store or you buy online, you are not going to get education with that. You might get a bottle of essential oil. They might work okay for you, but no one's going to teach you how to use those essential oils in your bath, how to dilute those essential oils with your babies. And that's what my job is. And that is a job of people who participate in multi-level marketing companies, is there to educate and partner with their customers and teach them how to use their products and how to identify a quality product for the long term.
That sounds good.
So I love being a part of doTERRA because their emphasis is on education and teaching people how to use essential oils in the very best ways, because we want people to be healthy. I want people to be healthy. I want my friends, I want all you guys to experience the quality of life that I've been able to experience because I've incorporated essential oils into my health routine. Cool? Okay, thank you for asking that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next page over here where it talks about how to use essential oils. There are 3 main ways that you can use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. So we're going to cover some basics over those 3 usage methods. The first way you can use essential oils is aromatically. You don't have to have any fancy equipment to use an essential oil aromatically. All you have to do is open up the cap of an essential oil and experience the aroma, and you're using an essential oil aromatically. Just by opening up a cap of a bottle of essential oil, you are going to experience wellness benefits, including emotional health and respiratory health, mental clarity. All of those things can come from just inhaling an essential oil straight out of a bottle. So it's super easy to use that way. So if I was needing some extra respiratory support, all I would need to do is grab my bottle of essential oil, put a drop in my hand. I could rub my hands together, cup over my nose and my mouth, breathe in deeply, and I'm going to experience some respiratory support just by doing those simple actions. When you use a diffuser, a diffuser is kind of like a humidifier, but it's made to be used with essential oils. Some humidifiers are not made to be used with essential oils, and the essential oils can break some of the plastic in humidifiers if they're not designed to be used with essential oils. So doTERRA has diffusers. You can get diffusers online in different places. This one runs for about 4 hours, and there are so many different kinds of diffusers, and I've bought so many different kinds. I like this one. It runs for 4 hours, and it works well in different rooms, fills up a good space in my house, but there's different sizes. They all look different. So I just tell people to buy whatever you think is going to match your home. So when you use a diffuser, it is actually putting the essential oil into the air using a fine mist. So this one's an ultrasonic diffuser. It uses water and essential oils. You'll just put a few drops of your essential oil into the diffuser, and then you're going to add water into this one has a red mark. Usually there's some kind of line that tells you how much water to put in. And then you just push the button and it'll run until it's out of water, and then it shuts off. So this is a really great way to purify the air in your home, to support your respiratory system. It also is great for emotional benefits and immune support. So you can use essential oils in your diffuser for all of those different benefits.
Are they safe for animals though?
That is a great question. So a lot of people use things like air fresheners and room sprays, and they don't ever think about how those are affecting their animals. So it is so wonderful that people are wanting to learn how to use essential oils safely in a diffuser with their animals. I will say that essential oils are much safer to use than plug-ins or room sprays because you're not adding to that animal's toxic load. However, you want to make sure that you leave a door open somewhere in your room so that if your animal feels uncomfortable, they can leave the room and go to a different space where it's not going to be as concentrated. In general, diffusing is a very safe option to use to support the health of your animals, just like you would use it to support your own health in different ways.
Well, is there research to show how they affect animals?
Okay, so there's a lot online, and there are some really great, is it DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine? Yeah, so there's a couple of great doctors of veterinary medicine that use essential oils and provide a lot of good education about that. Okay, so up here at the top it just says essential oils when diffused or inhaled can be very stimulating, calming, or soothing. Diffusing essential oils can also cleanse and purify the air. Okay, so another way you can use essential oils is internally. Now, this is only for oils that you are sure have been tested for purity. Remember, we talked about how they're not regulated by the FDA. So we have to do our due diligence to make sure that the oils that we're choosing to use in this manner are safe to be used in this manner. Many companies will not recommend their oils to be used this way. So that is kind of a red flag to me. And if a company does recommend using them internally, make sure you watch the dosage, okay? We talked about how you only need 1 drop for benefits. So that's what, when people come to me and ask me if I use essential oils in this way, I tell them I start with 1 drop. I use 1 drop in a container this size, and I can refill this container and I can still experience the flavor of the oils that I've added. So that's my comfort level. So with anyone who's using essential oils, find your comfort level and then use those essential oils at that comfort level.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
Doesn't it burn your stomach or like your throat?
So the cool thing about our bodies is they have a self-dilution mechanism in our mucous membranes. So when we are using essential oils in the appropriate quantities, the body actually responds by diluting those essential oils as we are using them in our water in the appropriate amounts. I like to remind people that our stomach is filled with hydrochloric acid, which would be very uncomfortable if we were to get that on our skin or on any surfaces, but we walk around every day with hydrochloric acid inside our bodies with absolutely no problems, unless you have some medical concerns related to that, of course. But essential oils are far less caustic than hydrochloric acid. So you can use them in the appropriate amounts internally for therapeutic benefits if you choose to do so. Some people choose not to do so, and that is totally fine. You can get so many benefits from essential oils using topically and using aromatically. Okay? Thank you. So if you're choosing to use essential oils internally, you can check the bottle of the essential oils and you can see that there's a supplement facts label on doTERRA's bottle, and it will tell you that a serving size is 1 drop. So that's where I tell people to start. If you are uncomfortable with using a drop, you can get a toothpick and stick it in the bottle, and then you can use that toothpick and swirl it around in your water for just a hint of flavor without using an entire drop. Some oils, such as this Breathe oil, this one does not have a supplement facts label on the supplement facts label on the bottle. So the reason is because this oil is not meant to be used internally. This blend is specifically for respiratory support. So if we were to use it internally, that's not really going to help us with our respiratory system. So this oil specifically is meant to be used aromatically or topically to support our respiratory system, which is why it does not have a supplement facts label. So as you use your essential oils, if you're curious about whether you should use it internally or not, just look for your supplement facts label that's on the bottle. You can use them in your water to flavor your water, like I do. I love citrus oils for this. You can use them in your cooking. I've made lemon bars, I've made spaghetti sauce, I've made roast using different kinds of essential oils, so I love to cook with them. They add a very vibrant flavor when you're using them to cook with. If you're using them for targeted wellness support, you can put them in a vegetable capsule and then swallow the veggie cap for support for your digestive system or even emotional support. doTERRA does make soft gels that contain oils for emotional or digestive support. So that's another way you could take them internally. Okay, so the third way you can use essential oils is topically, and it says right here, essential oils can be safely applied for massage or topical benefit when diluted with a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil. So doTERRA does have fractionated coconut oil. Some people have coconut oil sensitivities. So if that's you, there are other options like grapeseed oil, avocado oil. There's a lot of other carrier oils that are out there that you can use instead of fractionated coconut oil. I like fractionated coconut oil because it is odorless, it doesn't stain, and it doesn't get hard if the temperature cools down like regular coconut oil does. So I like to make my own rollers. And you can get these from doTERRA. You can also get these from Amazon. And I'll add my essential oils to my roller bottle, and then I'll fill it up the rest of the way with my carrier oil. And then I can make my own blends. This one has lavender and peppermint in it, and I use this for optimal temperature support when my kids might not be feeling well. And this is an easy way for me to apply these oils without getting anything on my hands. I'll just roll this particular blend up their spine to help manage their temperature. Okay? You can also apply essential oils just with your hand. You can put a little bit of coconut oil in your hand and add a drop to that and then apply as necessary. If you are applying for acute support, so maybe you are feeling discomfort somewhere in your body, you can apply directly to that area for targeted relief. If you are using the essential oil for more general support, then you can apply to the bottoms of your feet, you can apply to your back, you can apply to the back of your neck. If you're using essential oils for emotional support, I tell people to apply to their wrists, behind the ears, or over your heart, or to your pulse points. Those are some really great places to apply them topically for emotional support. You can also use unscented lotion if you don't want to use a carrier oil. That's another way you can apply topically and have that oil be diluted. doTERRA does have some options. Their Deep Blue comes in a rub. Some people like the rub because it helps the essential oil get down into your tissue a little bit better. When it is diluted, it doesn't evaporate as quickly. We also have a Breathe stick, which is in a gel. So those are some other ways that the essential oils can be used topically that are pre-diluted from doTERRA. doTERRA also has pre-diluted rollers if you don't want to make your own rollers, if you're not a DIY kind of person. And those are pre-diluted from the company, and you can just get those and roll them on, and it makes it super easy. Like I said before, when you are diluting essential oil, it keeps it from evaporating. So remember, essential oils are aromatic compounds. They want to evaporate into the air. And so when you are using them topically, they want to evaporate off your skin. So using a carrier oil kind of helps grab onto the essential oil and helps it stick onto your skin and get down into your bloodstream and into your tissue a little bit better. So if you're using essential oils for like discomfort, maybe in your wrist or maybe in your, you started workout routine, maybe your legs are sore, you want to dilute it so that the essential oils get down into your tissue so you can experience the relief that you're looking for. Okay? One other thing, when you're using essential oils in the bath, you might think this is a lot of water, and so I should use more essential oils because it's a lot of water in a bathtub. However, water and oils do not mix. Essential oils will sit on the top of your water, so you need to make sure you're using an emulsifier such as Epsom salts. You're going to add your essential oil to the Epsom salts and then add to your bath water. And because essential oils and water don't mix, the water is going to be driving those oils into your skin. So less is more. Start with just a drop or two. Even though it's a large container of water, you just need a drop or two because all of that water is still causing those essential oils to be driven into your skin. Okay, so we can also apply this to using an essential oil topically. So maybe you have a sore knee or something. You can use a warm, wet washcloth topically over where you've applied that essential oil to help get that essential oil down deeper into your tissue. Just make sure you remove it if you're feeling any kind of discomfort. If you are applying essential oil topically and you are feeling some kind of discomfort, do not wash it off with water because that's just going to increase the intensity of that essential oil on your skin. You're going to want to grab your carrier oil and dilute with some kind of carrier oil so that it is more diffused on the skin. It's more spread out. It will feel much more, it'll feel less uncomfortable. Okay. We're going to look at the inside, and we're going to cover the top 10 oils that I feel like every home should have. These are the 10 oils that I got when I started, and these are oils that I use almost every single day for all kinds of different things. Now, the uses that I'm going to cover for these oils are just a couple. There are many, many more ways that you can use these oils besides what's listed here on this piece of paper. So when you have your own essential oils at home, you are welcome to ask questions and get online, and there's lots of resources out there that will tell you more of the ways that we can use these. But I'm just going to cover a couple just for time's sake. So the first one there is frankincense, and as we talk about these, I'm going to pass them around so that you guys can experience the aroma. So frankincense is known as the king of oils. It can be used to support healthy cellular function. It helps the body create healthy cells, and we need healthy cells to function at all. It can promote feelings of relaxation. It improves skin imperfections. So this is one you can use topically on your skin, you can use this aromatically, and you can use this internally for that cellular support. The next one here is lemon. Lemon is a beautiful citrus oil. It's my 8-year-old's favorite. And lemon is very uplifting. It's cleansing. It can help promote a positive mood. I love using it to get sticky residue off of surfaces. You can use it to clean your stainless steel appliances. I've used it to get crayons off of the wall. Yeah. So it's one I like to use aromatically in my diffuser to uplift my mood or to clean the air. I use it topically to help break up mucus in my sinus passages. And I also like to use it in my water, so I've used it internally as well. The next one here is lavender. Lavender is very soothing for the mind and the body. You can use it topically for any kinds of skin discomfort. You can use it to help promote peaceful sleep, and it eases feelings of tension and anxiousness. This is one a lot of people choose to use in the bath. Just remember, you only need a drop or two for your whole bathtub. It's great for kiddos who need to feel calm. Okay, next is Melaleuca. And this is also known as tea tree oil. That's probably how it's more commonly known. Tea tree oil or Melaleuca is very cleansing for the skin and the scalp. It can help promote a healthy immune function, and it's wonderful for protecting against environmental and seasonal threats. So if you make
one of those, you shouldn't use it on dogs.
yes, Melaleuca cats and dogs is one that you don't want to use topically on your cats and dogs. It's very cleansing, so if you make your own cleaners, this is one I add to my own cleaners, maybe with lemon and On Guard, which we'll get to in a minute. But like I said, it's very cleansing. It's great for your fingernails, your toenails, and it can help promote wellness in those areas. The next one is oregano. So oregano is one that I clean with. Just so you know, oregano is a very hot oil, so if you get this oil on your skin, it will burn. And so this is why I always suggest diluting it with fractionated coconut oil or some kind of coconut oil before applying, because it will hurt you. If you do get oregano on your skin, or maybe you put it in a roller and it was maybe a little too intense, just apply your fractionated coconut oil on top to help disperse that essential oil. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this around. Oregano oil smells like a pizza kitchen. It's great to cook with, so it's something you can add to your spaghetti sauce or your pizza sauce if you make your own. It's also a powerhouse for immune support. If you struggle with maybe like serious sinus issues, then you could definitely use oregano to help support that, just to make sure you are diluting it. This is one you could use topically. Just make sure you dilute it. So I'm going to say that over and over again so you guys know to dilute this one. You can use it aromatically if you decide to. It's not one I personally have chosen to diffuse, but maybe that's something that you'd like to do. You can also use this internally to support optimal inflammation levels, and it's also good for discomfort management if you're taking it internally. Just make sure you are, what's the key word for this one? Diluting it. That's right. Good job. Okay. So that's what it says here on our papers. Potent, cleansing, purifying antioxidant, supports a healthy immune system, healthy digestion, and respiratory function. Now, peppermint is the opposite. Peppermint is very cold to the skin. Some people feel like it is very hot, but that's because it's that very cold, intense sensation. So this is another one that you are going to want to dilute when you are applying topically, because if you've never used peppermint before, then you might not know how this essential oil might feel if you're going to put it on your skin. So some people, like I said, it's very intense. Some people put it on their skin without diluting it, no problem. But because I don't know everyone's comfort level, I always suggest diluting it first. I love using peppermint here in Texas when the weather heats up to support a cooler body temperature. This is also one I like to use with my kids when they're not feeling well to help promote optimal body temperature with them. I like to use this aromatically in my diffuser to help feel energized, to help me wake up. It's one I like to take with me on road trips because sometimes I get sleepy and I can put just a drop on my tongue, or I can even just open the bottle and smell it as I'm driving, and it's going to help wake me up quicker than coffee because it's going straight into the limbic system of your brain without having to pass through your digestive system. Peppermint is awesome to use aromatically and topically, like I said, to help you feel cooler. You could put it in a roller. You could make a spray with some distilled water and some peppermint oil, and you can just spray if you are feeling overheated, and it's going to help you feel a little bit cooler. You can also use this one internally. You could make some peppermint tea with 1 drop. You could add it to your water for kind of a burst of refreshing coolness if that's something you like to do. This is really great to help promote fresh breath, so you can use it as an oral rinse if you'd like. Peppermint on our paper says promotes healthy respiratory function, promotes clear breathing, promotes digestive health. This is one that I like to use to open up my airways if I'm feeling stuffy or if I have maybe some coughing. You can also use this one to settle your stomach or to promote digestive health if you're feeling any discomfort there. Some people get
Keep spiders away.
it does keep spiders. Yes, it deters spiders and some insects.
So with the water, spray wherever.
Spray your baseboards and your windows. Yes, it deters insects. If you ever feel any kind of discomfort in your esophagus, then peppermint can help provide cooling relief in that area. The next oil here on our list is Breathe. This is the oil that I started with, and I love this oil for respiratory support. If you ever struggle with respiratory discomfort due to pollen, then this is an oil that could be very beneficial for you. It is made of oils that promote respiratory health. You can put a drop in the palm of your hand and cup over your nose and mouth for immediate respiratory support. You could add to your diffuser and have it diffusing at night for quiet sleeping. If you know anyone who's a noisy sleeper because they can't breathe very well, then this blend can help open up their airways so that they can have a more comfortable night's sleep. You can also apply this topically. Just make sure that you are using your coconut oil, unscented lotion. They also have this blend in a gel here with our Breathe Stick. So this one is pre-diluted as well. And I love to use this one with my kids in their diffuser at night just to help them sleep soundly all night long. So that's what it says here on our paper. Helps maintain respiratory function and promotes restful sleep. This is also a really good one to have during exercise to help you take really good breaths. I also like this one when I am feeling anxious, because sometimes when we're feeling anxious, we tend to not take those really deep, nourishing breaths. And if we can get a really good deep breath in, it can help us release a lot of tension and a lot of negativity as we breathe out all of that stress and that anxiousness. The next oil here is Deep Blue. This one is my husband's favorite. He loves using this for topical discomfort relief. So this is one you would want to dilute, or you could get the rub that's here that's already diluted and apply on location where you're experiencing discomfort. This one says, on our paper says, soothes occasional aches and discomfort, soothing pre and post exercise and workout. So it's something you could apply before you exercise to help prep your muscles for strenuous activity. It's one that you can use after you exercise to help your muscles recover from strenuous activity. So it's one that works really well. A lot of people who have chronic discomfort in different areas love using the Deep Blue to help them function, just to help them even be able to get up and move around. So it's very effective for that. The next one here is DigestZen. DigestZen is also one that I don't diffuse it just because it smells very much like licorice, but some people enjoy the aroma. So if that's you, be my guest. You can use this one aromatically, topically, and internally if you choose. And it is for digestive support. So DigestZen supports a healthy digestion, soothes occasional stomach upset, reduces bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion. So a lot of people might have some intolerances to food or food sensitivities. So this is one that you can use to promote stomach comfort, maybe if you're traveling and you've eaten food that you are not used to, or maybe you have some food sensitivities and you went to a restaurant and you told them to leave out the whatever and then they put it in there and you didn't know and then you ate it and now you're feeling bad. This is one that you could grab and it's going to provide very quick relief. When you're using this one topically, you're going to want to dilute and you can just apply directly onto your stomach or your abdomen for relief. You could also put a drop on your tongue. It tastes like licorice. So if that's something you enjoy, then you will not have a problem with that. I choose to put this in a veggie cap or take doTERRA's soft gels so that I don't have to taste it. And I just wash it down with some water. And there have been quite a few times where I have felt intense discomfort in my digestive tract, and this helps soothe everything very, very quickly. So I'm so thankful. Also, I have 4 children, and I do not like cleaning up vomit. So there have been quite a few times where I have run for the DigestZen and applied it. Now the trick is for essential oils in general is to be consistent. So when you're using for something like stomach discomfort, you might need to use it consistently, maybe once an hour for a few hours to help support a calm digestive tract. For things like emotional support, you're going to want to use your essential oils throughout the day to support your emotions, healthy emotions. For things like sinus support, you can use them as needed when you're feeling stuffy or when you have a cough or something. You can use them as needed. The last one here is On Guard, and this one is for immune support. And I love the kind of cinnamony, citrusy aroma of this one. So when you're using an essential oil for immune support, that's one that you can use every day. And so if you are feeling well, sometimes we are incubating something that may not be friendly to us. And when you're using your essential oils on a regular basis, it can help eliminate those threats before they proliferate and become more uncomfortable to us. So you can use On Guard aromatically, topically, and internally. When you're using it aromatically, you can just put it in your diffuser. You can enjoy it straight out of the bottle. When you're using it topically, you're going to want to dilute because it does have cinnamon in there, and cinnamon can feel hot to the skin. You can put this in a roller bottle and apply to the bottoms of your feet if you feel like if it is feeling intense to you, you can apply to the bottoms of your feet. I also like using this in a roller for easy application. doTERRA also sells On Guard in a pre-diluted touch roller if you're not, like I said, the DIY person. And it's easy to apply on your kids that way if they have come home and they have caught something from another kid, or kids, they are always dirty, right? So I like making my own hand spray with this, and you can do that very easily with a spray bottle with some distilled water, and you can spray their hands or spray surfaces for a natural cleaner. For that. You can also use this internally in a cup of hot water and some honey to make your own very soothing tea. It's going to soothe your throat and support a healthy immune system. Okay.
Yes, a couple questions about that.
Please.
So how do we know what's in the blends?
Okay.
What information is in the blends?
The actual blends. So doTERRA actually lists all the essential oils that make up every blend on the label. So if you're ever wondering what's in one of doTERRA's blends, you can just look right here on the label and they're listed. Okay?
And is there any research to back this up?
Okay, so I love this science behind why essential oils do what they do. So I have to be really careful about this because sometimes I'll just go way on a tangent and we got to stay focused. But if you go on aromaticscience.com, doTERRA has compiled hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of studies about essential oils and their constituents and how they interact with our bodies. If you want to go straight to the source, just go to PubMed and search for, you might not be able to find oregano, you might not be able to find, you could probably find lavender on there, but you'll want to look for the constituents that make up an essential oil. So you want to look up carvacrol or linalool or cedrol, things like that, because what science does in kind of simple terms is they study a piece of the whole to find out how that piece interacts with on a greater scale. So they'll take a piece of the constituent or the piece of that chemistry and they'll study that tiny piece and then they'll put it back into another substance and then they will create something out of that. Okay, so yes, so aromaticscience.com and PubMed, and that you could spend the rest of your life reading studies that have been done about essential oils.
Okay, I heard about, is there like a number or something?
Yes. Okay, so on the bottom of every bottle, thank you very much, you can actually look up the testing that's done on all of doTERRA's oils to make sure that what's in the bottle is what they say that's in the bottle. So if you are like, well, I don't know about the frankincense, you can actually go to sourcetoyou.com and plug in the number that's on the bottom of your essential oil bottle, and it will pull up the batch of that essential oil and the testing report for that specific batch of essential oil. doTERRA makes all their testing results public because they want us to know how to identify a high quality essential oil. So it's very important for companies to be transparent like that. So I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so are there any other questions about this part of our class? Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about how to buy doTERRA essential oils because for like complete honesty, when I was starting out, I was looking online. I could not figure out how to buy these essential oils. Yeah. I did not understand how it worked. And so I, total transparency, bought some oils off of eBay. Like, yeah, I know. Like, what was I thinking? I just didn't know. So now every time I do a class, I make sure everyone knows, don't buy your oils off of eBay. Don't buy them online. Find someone who's going to educate you and talk to them about how you can get your own essential oils.
So even like doTERRA brand, but like on...
Even doTERRA brand that are online could be tampered with. You want to make sure you always buy directly through a rep or directly from the company. So here on the back of our handout, it talks about how to purchase doTERRA essential oils. So I just want you guys to look at this and, I mean, you can look through this again on your own time. I'm just going to go through it super briefly, but there's two main ways to buy doTERRA essential oils. The first way is retail price, or the second way is wholesale price. Wholesale price is cheaper, and it's the way I always recommend because I want my friends and family to save money on their essential oils. There's never a monthly purchase required, and there are no minimums that you have to buy on a monthly basis or throughout the whole year. So doTERRA has tried to make it super flexible for people with any budget to get essential oils into their home. And like I said before during our class, when we use essential oils, a dose is 1 drop, so they can last you a very long time if you are using just a drop or two as you go. So they're completely affordable when you're using them in the right ways. So the basic wholesale account is $35. If you want to start out with a set of oils so you have some to choose from when you are using them to support your health, then doTERRA does have starter kits available. Some of those starter kits are listed on the back of this handout. There are kits that have smaller bottles. There are kits that have larger bottles. The ones that I was showing you guys today during our event are the larger size. This size right here would be the smaller size. So just depending on what your budget looks like, doTERRA has tried to make an option for everybody. So the best way to get your oils, like I said, is wholesale price. The kit I started with was the small bottle set of the ones that I talked about this evening, because I wanted to have an oil that would cover basically like 90% of everything that we would experience when having kids and being out and about and that kind of thing. But like I said, there's lots of different options, everything from just the small bottles for basic household uses to a larger sets that would be a healthy swap for a lot of different personal care products, if that's kind of where you're wanting to go in with your lifestyle. So if you are wanting to get started with doTERRA and you're wanting to get your own wholesale account, the best way to do it is to talk to someone who's going to educate you and support you as you're using essential oils. There is a learning curve to it, and I know a lot of people have purchased essential oils and then received no support. And unfortunately, those oils are sitting on a shelf somewhere, and it makes me super sad because there is so much amazing goodness inside every single one of these bottles of essential oil. I want people to be able to experience all those benefits. So if you're thinking about getting started with essential oils, talk to me, because I love to help people learn how to use these, or find the person that has been helping you with essential oils and talk to them about getting your own wholesale account, because you're going to save money and you're going to get the support to know how to incorporate them into your healthy habits. Okay, any other questions? Okay, well, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me this evening. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you guys have questions after you go home tonight, if you think of something, you're welcome to text or message me. Okay?
Thank you.